I'm Tara Nicolina Carroll, stay-at-home mother to 2 boys. They are 18 months apart.
Hi, my name is Nisa Speech. I am a stay-at-home fire wife. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 6 years now.
My name is Mylinda, and I am a single mom of a 2-year-old.
Especially as a child, that's probably one of the only ways you can express yourself freely. You're checked if you have a bad attitude at times. You're checked if you do, so I feel like through clothing, that's one of the ways my children can express themselves.
He was not matching. Listen, the shorts, the t-shirt, it just did not go. And we were going somewhere, so I'm like, Papi, you have to change. Your shorts, like, here, I brought it out and stuff. He's like, Mom, this is what I want to wear. That's your opinion. I like this. I couldn't even argue with him.
Both of them be picking out their own clothes, and at times, no, it don't match. No, sometimes the words will say, I'm this type of kid, or I'm this, and I allow them to do that. If Titus wants to wear pink shorts with a blue top, do that, because that's what you felt comfortable wearing today.
But I do let him pick out his clothes, and he does a great job.
I don't know if you've ever tried to dress any of your kids at any point. No, Mom, that's not what I'm gonna wear today. And at some point, you just do not fight them. As long as it's appropriate, listen, have at it.
Dictating, what a child wears and all of that allows them to put themselves in a box. And again, I believe this life is really about self and learning how to love yourself completely. And if I shield them too much and try to mold them into who I want them to be, they won't get to learn that part of themselves until later. I want them to learn who they are while they're in the nest.
We'll start with my 8-year-old. She is very vocal about how she feels. She will tell you when she's upset. I feel very proud that she is able to use her words.
To me, having a moody kid is having a child that has a whole slew of emotions, ranging from, anger, sadness, happiness, even shyness. And it does vary from one kid to another.
With my son, he does not like to use his words a lot. If you want my attention, ask for it. Say, hey, Mom, I want to play with you, instead of throwing a pillow at my face or, running into me as I'm cooking, which instantly for me makes me upset.
A moody kid to me is more like having tantrums because they can't have a snack or they can't watch their show.
It's true what they say. The third one is a kicker. She is my little firecracker. So she thinks that sometimes rules don't apply. I have to reiterate, hey, we still have rules. This is still a no. This is still not okay. There will be times where she storms off and I'm like, hey man, it's okay to be upset. I get it.
Mood swings are very common for both of them. Theo, he knows exactly what he wants and he'll communicate that. Titus is one, he's wanted a brother since before he could remember. So he likes to be in his brother's space. And there's times where Theo will get so agitated and he'll scream because he doesn't know how to communicate I want my own space. Titus, on the other hand, some of his triggers, he is one that, he's very type A and organized. So if things aren't put back into their correct spot or into their place, he'll get frustrated. And he'll communicate that.
I like to have or create a safe space for him. So I just put him to the side and just talk to him. He does have multiple tantrums throughout the day. And it's mostly because he wants something sweet.
I feel all day I'm emotional manager. It's my job to teach him regularity. So especially with my 2 older ones right now going to school, teaching them, hey, you need to use your words. You need to be able to speak on what's happening, what you're feeling. So then I understand, your teachers understand. One of the big things that we deal with is coming home from school. It's an instant the flood of emotions. I connect with them first to figure out what's going on. Are you hungry? Did you not eat properly at school?
It definitely takes an emotional toll on me because I'm a single mom and I have absolutely no help. So for me, I get overstimulated every single day. And what I do is I just have to take time away before I go off. And I don't want to go off with my child because it's only him and I don't want him to see that part of me.
I think it's phenomenal. That's something that I have not ever seen. It's completely different, you know, like I have boys, so I'm tired of seeing the dinosaurs. I'm tired of seeing that's really all we got is dinosaurs. Like, so I'm excited that there is a clothing brand that literally is geared toward emotions and who they are and being proud of who they are. I'm a Moody kid, getting to rock that confidently.
Clothing is the first thing that people see. Before talking to you, before knowing who you are, it's how you present yourself. So with kids, they like to see what they think feels good, what they feel looks good. So having a brand that has that is extremely important.
I love the idea because I'm into fashion and I think that with kids, it brings out their personality. So they have fun with it, they can pick out their own clothes, it's cute.
I just want to say shout out to Moody Kids, and I'm really excited to share this with my platform. A lot of millennials have joined on, so I'm excited because a lot of millennials have just started having kids, and I feel like this will be really good. This will be really good for not just my people, but like everybody.
Random man from Atlanta is so relatable because I have a random man from Denver.
I feel like Morgan making the decision to go back to Atlanta, everyone's jumping the gun and saying, oh, she wants to get back with random man in Atlanta. No, that's not the case. She probably just wants her freedom again. She probably wants to see what she can do while back in Atlanta, because whoever she became in Atlanta was probably way different than who she was when she was back home. And probably being home is it's the same. It's probably, maybe it's too comfortable. Maybe she don't want the comfort. Maybe she does want a little challenge. There's nothing wrong with that. I know some people are a little afraid of that and they're like, why would you leave your stability? Why would you leave? But why wouldn't you want to leave that and create your own? Why wouldn't you want to see how strong, especially because she has a daughter? Why wouldn't she want to show her daughter like, yeah, mommy can do it. Mommy can do it on her own without mommy and daddy. You know, they can still be supportive without her being physically home. Being physically home doesn't mean that she has, you know, all the support. Maybe she wants to go out on her own and venture without random man in Atlanta, but in Atlanta.
Well, I feel like the random man with Morgan Bailey is so relatable because I'm going through the same exact thing. I have a narcissist, ex-partner for my child's father.
Leave. Let's start with that. No, I know like a lot of people are afraid to leave home, but that's just comfortability and you can't grow in comfort.
Coming from California, I would have the help with my child, but I wouldn't want my son to grow up in that environment.
I left my town and I never went back. I always felt the town was small and I felt like I had big dreams and I felt if I went back, I'd be stuck in that small town. If you don't have your mental health, if you're not mentally sane, if you're not mentally healthy, how can you be good for your kids?
I feel like if I don't check myself and if I don't pour into myself, that's gonna pour into my children. One, kids pick up on everything. So if I'm not making sure that my mental health is like legit good, not a facade good, not, oh, mommy's okay, my kids are gonna read that. Like last night, I had broke down in tears and Titus was like, oh, mommy, you're sad? And I said, yes, mommy is sad. I'm working through it. And he was like rubbing my back, but I'm honest about it. Because if I'm not honest about it, they're not gonna be honest about it. But yeah, I think my mental health plays a huge part in how they operate and how they check their own emotions and how they're honest about their own emotions.
Girl, I pray for this emotional bubble because Lord knows I could not function handling all of these emotions and then not breaking down at some point. I have to remind myself not to get sucked in to their emotions because I'm the adult and I have to be the emotional stable one to teach them how to function, how to regulate their own emotions.
I will first say it starts with self. So I knew, even from growing up as a child, like I knew I had a whole range of emotions, but I also knew that like my dad wasn't aware of his own emotions and didn't have patience with himself. And so now that I'm a parent, I realized like I have to have just as much patience that I have with myself with my child, plus more.
So I pretty much baby my child. I spoil him. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love the attention that he gives me and I give him.
So Titus is very selective who he opens up to. And I'm not gonna be the parent that's like, go speak or go do this. Like, no, take your time. If you don't wanna go speak, you don't have to speak. Open up when you wanna open up. Check in with yourself. So that's something that I'm learning to teach them. You're not gonna get it right all the time. You're not gonna express your emotions correctly all the time. You may lash out. You may hurt somebody's feelings. But you also have to take accountability. So give yourself grace and take accountability of your emotions.